bringing you coverage of this Group 2 semifinal live on NJ.com. Let's take a look at both teams. First, the Middle Township Panthers. Lamar Greer is the fifth-year head coach, and his team comes into the semifinal off a win with a record of 18-11. They captured the South Sectional Group 2 title with a 67-64 win over Camden, and are now 2 wins away from a state title. They're led by senior forward Chase Moore, the 6'4", 240-pounder, is a physical 4-year starter, averaging 12 points and 6 rebounds a game. Alex Daniels, also an offensive threat for Middle Township, averaging 13 points this season. On the other side of the Rumson Fairhaven Bulldogs, the head coach is George Sorless. The 1981 Rumson Fairhaven grad is in his first year coaching at his high school alma mater. They are led by number 34, Luke Cruz. The 6'9 senior can do it all, averaging 22 points, 13 boards, and 3 blocks per game. His size alters shots of opponents trying to drive down the lane. Luke Leiden and Clint Martin also averaging double figures for RFH. We're in for a great game this evening. The winner will advance to the Group 2 state final to face the winner of Ramsey and Lyndhurst. That game is also being played today. So the scene is set. Middle Township and Rumson Fairhaven, the Group 2 state semifinal. National anthem and starting lineups up next, live on NJ.com. So the fans filing their way into Monroe Township High School here in Monroe, New Jersey. Good matchup, Group 2 state semifinals. And the winner gets the winner of Lyndhurst and Ramsey. Take a look at the starting lineups for both of the teams. First, for Middle Township, they go with the guard, number 4, Mason Murawski. Number 11, the point guard, Angelo Panzini. At forward, number 0, Chase Moore. Number 21, Kanye Perkins, and in center is number 32, Alex Daniel. For Rumson Fairhaven, they go with a point guard, number 1, Casey Moore. Number 0, Luke Leiden. Number 23, Clint Martin. Ben Allman is the forward, and Luke Cruz, number 32, is the center for Rumson Fairhaven. Middle Township come in 18-11. Lamar Greer, their fifth-year head coach, who took over for Tom Faracco. A Middle Township graduate, 1994, was a McDonald's All-American. Won 2 state championships as a player, 1992-93 season and 93-94. Went to Florida State and is currently a teacher at Middle Township High School. On the other side, George Sorless, his first year. He graduated from Rumson Fairhaven back in 1981, where he played basketball. Graduated from Iona in 1985, also played basketball there. He coached the girls in Rumson for 30 years, 34 overall years of coaching, and had the opportunity to take over here. And he took over for Chris Shambo. And what a first year it's been for George Sorless, as he is 2 wins away from a state title. Rumson Fairhaven in the white jerseys with the blue numerals. They'll go right to left on your viewing device. And Middle Township in the black jerseys with the orange numerals. They will go left to right on your video device as well. So Everybody's settling in here at Monroe Township High School, home of the Falcons. But instead, we get the Bulldogs and the Panthers. State semifinal in Group 2. The officials, Nick Herbanowicz, John Antley, and Brian Gogarty. At midcourt, the ball is up in the air and we're underway. Middle Township with the opening possession. Number 11 is Angelo Panzini, the point guard. Get it to Perkins. Trying to work down low, sends it out up high. There's a three. That one short. Taken by Alex Daniel, and the rebound over to Rumson Fairhaven. In the front court, number 5 is Amon. Blake Amon gets it off to Luke Cruz. He's the big guy, the big point scorer. Can't hit on that first jumper from the foul line, and the rebound picked up by Morawski. In a bit of trouble, able to dish it off to Chase Moore, and they dribble it into the front court with Alex Daniel. Man-to-man defense being utilized by Rumson Fairhaven. On the drive, ducking under, and a travel. Couldn't hold the pivot foot. So the first turnover, and the ball back over to Rumson Fairhaven. Their playoff run, first round win over Point Pleasant Borough. Quarterfinal win over Metuchen. Ocean Township was defeated in the semis, and in the sectional final defeated Manasquan 47-33. 34 is Cruz, hands it off to Moore. Nice feed, down low, pump fake, but a travel before the shot went off. Cruz tried the pump fake, got the player up in the air, but he shuffled the feet. Back-to-back turnovers, respectively, for each team. Still scoreless, as we have played 1 minute thus far. Middle Township, spin move by Daniel. Cut off, trying to reach in. Daniel with the left hand, swatted away by Cruz. Able to get his own rebound. Again, spin move with the left hand. Alex Daniel, the first points of the game. They belong to Middle Township, 2-0. Playing a zone defense, they caused the turnover. On the break, swatted away from behind. Leiden with the block for Rumson Fairhaven. No foul call as Panzini went down hard. He took a shot to the top of his head or side of his face, just shaking off the effects of that hit. But it'll be Middle Township basketball on the near side. They're going to take Panzini out. Make sure that he's okay. Adam Wabash, 6'2" senior, wearing number 3, checks in. He's a glue guy, second-year varsity player. On the inbounds, here's Daniel. Nice feed down low. Couldn't handle it. Then we go the other way. Martin with the turnover starts the break. Can't finish. Cruz to the offensive board. The putback. That one won't go. Battle for the board. And finally pulled down by Middle Township's Kanye Perkins. Into the front court. Down the middle. Nice cut. Nice feed. Nice finish. Alex Daniel. He's got both buckets. It's 4-0. Casey Moore gives it up to Blake Amon. Amon driving the lane. Looking for space, not much there. Kick it out, long three. Leiden! That one fall. Daniel with the board. Boy, Daniel's been aggressive and involved in the early going. The 6'2", 240-pounder, the senior. Gives it up to Chase Moore. He'll slow things down, set the offense for Middle Township. Here's Perkins on the drive in the lane. Has it knocked away. And they'll go the other way with the Clint Martin. Martin puts on the brakes, gets it off to Cruz. Cruz looks to roll. In the far corner, Luke Leiden for 3. Got it! Luke Leiden averaging 12 a game. It's 4-3. Down low, a reach-in foul. That'll go against Blake Allman. That'll be his first. And the team's first as well. 5:16 to go in this first quarter. Middle Township with a 1-point lead. Daniel off the inbounds, watched by Almond. Hands it off to Chase Moore. Moore driving up against Casey Moore. Moore fighting through the screen. On the alley-oop! Perkins! He had 3 of them against Camden. Gets an early alley-oop here. It's 6-3. In the lane, send it back out. Leiden again for 3. That one won't fall. Battle for the board. Who's it off? Last touch by Rumson Fairhaven. And the ball back over to Middle Township. Middle Township averages 59 points a game. Rumson averaging 60 points a game. Pressure off the inbounds, intercept. And they turn it back over. Here comes Perkins. Perkins in the corner, Wabash for three. That won't fall, long rebound, able to come up with it was Middle Township, but he was in the air. Tried getting it to a teammate, nobody there. Nice bounce pass using the basket. Is Martin, his first points. 6-5 the score. Morawski hands it off to Moore. Moore looks over at the bench and coach Lamar Greer. In the middle, it's Perkins, short jumper. That won't fall. It's Cruz with the rebound. Cruz at 6'9", able to bring it into the front court. Long three. Maybe an ill-advised shot by the senior. Michael Farrow, number 22, checks in for Mason Morawski. Everybody kind of settling down here as Andrew Kavis, the 6'3" senior, checks in for Amon. Kavis, he's had a lot of health issues this year. Missed most of the season. Was just cleared 2 weeks ago. Good to see him out there. Here's Daniel. Gets it over to Perkins. And Moore trying to cut to the basket. A holding foul called on Rumson. I believe it'll be on Andrew Kavis. And that's his first. Team second foul. Non-shooting until the fifth. Curl off the inbound. Get it to Wabash. Daniel. Back over to Wabash. Drives the lane. Kicks it out. Perkins for three. Got it! Perkins, his second three-pointer. He's got 6. And it's a 9-5 lead. Good motion offense. They find him down low. Nobody was covering, as Casey Moore was wide open and fouled on the way up. Foul on Michael Farrow, his first foul, and that will send Casey Moore to the free throw line. Second-year player, tough-nosed kid, averaging 5 points and 5 boards per game. Zach Halpern checking in, the 6'1" senior, replacing Clint Martin. Missing a pair, and the rebound taken by Middle Township. Here's Perkins, tries backing in against Cruz, gets it out. Daniel sets for three. Won't fall. Cruz with another rebound for Rumson. He'll carry it into the front court himself. Gets it down low to Casey Moore. Give and go! Cruz with the finish, his first points. It's a 9-7 game. Daniel wants the ball down low. Watched by Kavis. Trying to back in with the big body. Gets it out up top. Perkins with space. Sets for three. Got it! Perkins, 3 3-pointers. He's got 9 of the points. And it's a 12-7 game. On the drive, that pull-up won't fall, and the rebound taken by Middle Township. On the drive, now setting for three again! Oh, in and out. That one wouldn't go. Let me correct myself. Perkins' first field goal, they did determine it to be a 2, not a 3. Originally it was a 3, they did change that. On the turnover, and a breakaway foul. Kavis, nothing he could do but foul there. As they turn the ball over, it'll be a second on Kavis. And the third team foul. So Perkins with 8, Daniel with 4. Those are the 12. Non-shooting foul, minute 55 to go in this first quarter. New Jersey Group 2 state semifinal. Monroe Township High School in Monroe, New Jersey. Pass over to Perkins. In a bit of traffic, they'll restart the offense. Moore directs traffic on the drive with the left hand off the side of the backboard. And the rebound by Halpern. Looking to go the other way. Here's Martin in the corner. Casey Moore, too strong. And the rebound taken by Perkins. We're going end to end. Minute 30 to go in this first quarter. That'll be a travel. Now, Moore knew what he wanted to do. The mind and the feet not working together. And a turnover. 1:38 to go in this first quarter. Here's Moore. Met at midcourt by Wabash. Get it to Cruz. Cruz getting some D1 looks. Gets it off. Here's Amon. They work it outside. Pump fake. More the three. Got it. Oh, the pump fake throws the defense. And it's 12-10. Trying to work it at the top of the arc. They curl on offense. Here's Chase Moore in the corner, setting for three. In and out. Would not go for Panzini. Looks like he's okay after taking that hard hit early. 40 seconds to go now in this first quarter. Rumson looking to tie or take the lead. It's a three. Halpern, the three-pointer on the turnover and a foul. So Halpern with the three-pointer. Gives Remsen Fairhaven their first lead. And then quickly they were able to turn them over. 29.2 remaining in the quarter. 13-12 score. Remsen Fairhaven in front and with the ball. On the inbounds, in the corner, light in for three. Short offensive board. Cruz, count it! And the foul! Hard to defend, 6'9". Perkins is 6'7", wearing 21 from Middle Township, doing what he can to help down low. That foul was on Wabash, his first. So a chance to get the three-point play. And he does. Cruz now with 5. 16-12. Rumson Fairhaven, under 20 seconds to go. Middle Township working it down low to Daniel. Watched by Amon. Cruz comes over on the double team, working it out up top. 7 seconds to go on the drive in the corner. Daniel sets for three. Got it! Big bucket there for Daniel. Long horse does not fall. And that's going to do it for this first quarter. An exciting quarter of action. As Middle Township started the game with the lead, but Rumson Fairhaven battling back, and they lead it 16-15 after one. You're watching the NJSIAA Group 2 State Semifinal only on NJ.com. Back at Middle Township and Rumson Fairhaven's state semifinal in Group 2. Hope you're enjoying the action as it's a 16-15 lead after one for Rumson Fairhaven. Don't forget, NJ.com is your home for live streaming of the NJSIAA Boys and Girls Basketball State Finals. Follow the action all week and at Jersey Mike's Arena on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday only on NJ.com. Good first quarter of action. Two teams not really feeling each other out. They're just taking it to each other. Only 2 players on the board for Middle Township. Kanye Perkins with 8, Alex Daniel with 7. Luke Cruz leading the way with 5 for Rumson Fairhaven. They had 5 different players get on the board. Teams will go in the same direction in the second quarter. Rumson Fairhaven with the opening possession. Quick passing, pull-up jumper, got it. Swede jumping for Cruz, he's got 7. Middle Township again trying to use Daniel down low. Double team looked like it was coming over. That off the side of the backboard. Cruz again with the rebound. Quick hands knocked it away from Cruz. But last touch by Middle Township. Cruz sets a pickup high. Wants to get it back in the corner. Amon didn't want to take the 3. Here's Leiden, not afraid to take the 3. Cruz, pull up. Back iron, rebounded by Wabash. Working it around the arc. Off the curl. It's Borowski. Gets it back. Perkins can't get that 3 to go. He hit 2 in the first quarter. Out of bounds. It'll be Rumson Fairhaven ball. Middle Township, their playoff run, defeated Barnegat in the first round. Sterling in the quarters. Haddonfield in the state semi, in the sectional semis, and then defeated Camden in the sectional final. Leiden on the drive. Wanted to get it to a teammate in the corner. That was Amon. But the pass goes out of bounds. Rumson Fairhaven, a substitution as they bring in Casey Moore, replacing Zach Halpern. And a timeout taken. Well, and speaking to both coaches, George Sorlis in his first year asked him what the keys were for today's game. He said, look, we've got to rebound, handle the ball, and make shots. That's what you get from a coach who's been around for a long time. Just do the fundamentals. On the other side, for Middle Township, Lamar Greer. His keys, rebounding on both sides of the glass. Take care of the bucket of the ball. Don't want to give up the easy buckets. And defensively, just contest everything you can. They know that they've got Cruz to handle down low with the 6'9" frame. But got to contest everything, whether it's Cruz or whether it's a guard at midcourt. Just contest and make life difficult for them when they have the ball. Rumson last year, 20-7, lost to Manasquan in the sectional final. Middle Township, 21-9, they lost to Camden in the sectional final, so they were able to avenge that loss in the sectional final in Group 2. In the South, on the drive, kick it out. Here's Perkins, and a foul, non-shooting foul. It'll be the first of the quarter. That's Cruz on the foul. That's his first. Middle Township with the ball. Daniel, nice catch. Keeping it from going across midcourt, which would have been a turnover. In the corner. Now they go down low. Daniel, nice move under the basket. Switches to the left hand. Can't get it to go. Cruz lost it, but it was last touched by Middle Township. Middle Township, well, they had a bit of a drive to get here. It was about 135 miles. Took about 2 hours. On the other side, the ride for Rumson, not so bad, about an hour. So the kids got out early in Middle Township to make it here to Monroe, New Jersey. Rumson Fairhaven with the ball and a 3-point lead. Cruz gives it up. Top of the key, in the corner, setting for 3 is Martin. That one won't go. Cruz had the rebound, lost it, recovered, and a good job by Middle Township keeping possession. Here's Borowski setting for 3, short. Perkins the board. Boy, 3 white jerseys around him. Perkins strong to the basket. Can't get it to go. Gets the offensive board. Can't get that to go. Here comes Rumson Fairhaven to the basket with the left hand. That won't fall. Offensive board by Moore. Kick it out to Cruz for 3. That doesn't go. Ball bounced around. Recovered in the corner by Amon. Gets it out. Wide open is Leiden setting for 3. Got it! his second three of the game. He's got 6. And the lead is 6 at 21-18. Morawski, one of the best shooters in New Jersey, has it stripped away by Leiden. Leiden to the basket, high off the glass, doesn't go. Amon the rebound, he was bumped. Basket won't count. A foul on the floor. Boy, several baskets that went in and out. 5 minutes to go, 6-point lead for Rumson Fairhaven. Wabash back in for Perkins. Rumson Fairhaven wants to make a change too as they bring back Halpern. He'll replace Leiden. Leiden with 2 3-pointers, 6 points thus far in this first half. On the inbounds to Cruz. Can't get it, but the offensive board and put back by Casey Moore. He's got 5 and a timeout. Taken by Middle Township as they trail by 8, 23-15. Fans, did you know that subscribers of NJ.com have access to download free high-resolution photos for personal use? Subscribe today. Visit NJ.com/HS Sports to see photo galleries from today's games. High-paced action here in Monroe, New Jersey. The Group 2 state semifinals. It has been a battle. Lyndhurst and Ramsey playing this today as well in the other Group 2 semifinal. The winners of that game and this will meet for the state championship. Middle Township looking to get on the board. They haven't scored in a while. Good pressure. 30 feet from the basket. On the drive, switching to the right hand. Can't get it to go. Was Chase Moore. Cruz with the rebound. Nice feed on the far side. Driving down the lane. Kick it into the corner. Leiden. That one doesn't go. Offensive rebound, but a push-off by Blake Amon. That'll be his second. Gotta like the aggressiveness by Amon. It's funny, you talk to coaches, you get the information. Coach George Solis, tell me about Amon. Oh, a Dennis Rodman type. Another one of those guys, if there's a ball up for grabs, he wants it. An animal on the glass. Amon averaging 10 points a game, 10 rebounds. Scoreless thus far as we're down to 4:15 in this first half. 8-point lead for Rumson Fairhaven. Now they go zone. Morawski in the corner. That jumper doesn't go. Offensive rebound. That one swatted away by Cruz. He'll take it himself the other way. Cruz 1-on-3 to the basket. Blocking foul. That'll go on Morawski, his first. Boy, Cruz, no, coaches says he does everything. I guess that means rebounding, dribbling, taking it to the basket, drawing the foul, and now going to the line. He has a team-high 7 points, 1 for 1 from the line. He'll get 2 with 3:53 to go. A 7-0 run right now for Rumson Fairhaven. Makes 1 of 2. He's got 8 points. Lead is 9. Here's Middle Township. Perkins wants it down low. Watched by Cruz. Daniel setting for 3. The lefty can't get it to go. Cruz another rebound. Casey Moore into the front court. Gets it off to Leiden. Double team. Nice feed down low. Halpern, his second basket. Gorgeous feed. Rumson Fairhaven really moving the ball around. It's Cavese on the steal, gets it back to the basket, nothing doing. Kanye Perkins says, no. In the corner, Morawski, but a foul before the shot. Offensive foul as Leiden took the charge. Chase Moore, his first foul. They'll come out on the floor, just wipe up a little bit of the sweat. With 3:03 to go, a 26-15 lead for Rumson Fairhaven. Far side, Leiden, and a whistle. Wabash, his second foul. That's the fourth team foul. The next one will send Rumson Fairhaven to the line. Here's Casey Moore. He's got 5 points. Working over to Cruz out up high. Cruz in the corner. Leiden likes that spot for three. Can't get it going. Ball battled for, and a smart play as Morawski bounced that ball off of Casey Moore of Rumson Fairhaven as he was going out of bounds. So pressure on the inbounds. You put the big guy, 6'9", putting pressure on Perkins on the inbounds. Haven't seen this pressure thus far by George Schwarlis' club. Able to get it off the inbound. Ball is a kicked ball. Really made it tough on the inbounds, and it'll be a turnover. Pressure on the inbounds. It's all about spacing. You can't get yourself backed into a corner or in a hole where you're surrounded. There's nowhere to dribble out of it. 2.5 minutes to go, first half. Cruz wanting it down low. Double teaming on him. Setting long, three, got it! Leiden from another county. His third three, he's got 9. And it's a 14-point lead. Boy, right now, Middle Township, they just need a basket. Got to settle things down. Their bench, everybody's sitting quietly. Rumson Fairhaven, different story. Everybody cheering, getting up. As a substitution now for Rumson Fairhaven. Again, Halpern in for Martin. That's been what they've been doing through this first half. The two of them switching. To the basket, Daniel can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. Alex Daniel has scored his 1,000th point January 30th against Wildwood Catholic. Had 12 points in the sectional final against Camden. Averaging 13 points per game. He'll shoot two. Looking for point number 8. I guess I'm more of an old-timer, but I look at the way that he shoots free throws. That reminds me of Willis Reed, number 19 from the Knicks, the lefty out of Grambling. He's a lefty as well. Just looks kind of the same in his shooting style. Hits 1 of 2. He's got 8 points. That ends a long run of scorelessness. Under 2 to go. Slowing it down just a bit. Casey Moore. Cruz trying to get himself stationed down low. Near midcourt, backcourt violation. Casey Moore not realizing how close he was to the midcourt stripe. And he went over it. It's an over and back. Ball back over to Middle Township with 1:42 to go. Trailing by 13. That free throw ended a 13-0 run for Rumson Fairhaven. Minute and a half to go. Daniel up top. Kanye Perkins can't get it to go. Daniel the rebound, too strong. Loose ball battled for. On the sideline, on the baseline, was Leiden. Had the right idea throwing it off of a Middle Township player. but his foot was on the line. So a reprieve there for Middle Township. Kavis checking back in for Blake Amon. Amon averaging 10.5 points, has not scored in this first half. No worries, though. Rest of the team's doing the job. A reach-in foul. If that's on Kavis, that'll be his third, and it is. So the only player in foul trouble right now. Both teams with 14 fouls, 1:19 to go. And a timeout taken by George Shoreless of Rumson Fairhaven. Well, they beat Manasquan in the sectional final. Coach for Manasquan, Andrew Bilodeau, had suffered a heart attack during the semifinal game against Wall and wasn't able to coach in that sectional final. And after the game, Coach Shoreless went over to hug Sean Bilodeau. He's the son of the coach, and happy to report that Andrew is doing okay. So we're thinking about him. And Coach Shoreless, what a story. Coached the girls in Rumson for 30 years. Stopped coaching for about 10 years. He just wanted to watch his son play. The last 3 years at Red Bank Regional, he was the head coach, and this opportunity opened up, and he jumped at it. How cool is it to coach your high school alma mater? 1:19 to go in this first half. 13-point lead for Rumson Fairhaven. Middle Township to inbound from under the basket. They get it out up top. Morawski thought about a three from about 30 feet. In the corner, there's a shorter three. Got it! Wabash. His 8th three-pointer of the year, averaging 5 points a game. He's got his first three. 1 minute to go in this first half. Lots of motion by Rumson Fairhaven. Cruz dribbles with the left hand, shifts it to the right, ducks under, kicks it out. Light in for three, short. But an offensive board. Now the ball on the floor. Daniel up with it. Tries getting it to a teammate. Able to get it to Perkins. Perkins in trouble. And the timeout taken. Lamar Greer, with the official right in front of him, saw what was going on and said, timeout. We need one. Coach Greer graduated college at Florida State, 1994, played 4 years for Pat Kennedy. Then he went to Europe, played 15 years of basketball. How about this? Italy, Greece, Israel, Russia, Ukraine, Germany, and Cyprus. Greer, a fantastic player who graduated from Middle Township in 1994. He was an All-American, one of 2 All-Americans that Middle Township High School has. Ricky Harmon was also a McDonald's All-American. Let's reset. 40.5 seconds to go. 10-point lead for Rumson Fairhaven. They led by 1 after 1 at 16-15. They've outscored them 13-4 here in the second quarter as well. So let's see what Middle Township can do as we're down to 35 seconds. Almost looks like they want to hold for 1. Chase Moore dribbling. Coach Greer reminding to look at the clock, which is to the left behind the basket. Rumson Fairhaven not forcing the issue. Down to 15 seconds, they start the offensive set. Perkins, corner, back up top. Here's Chase Moore for 3. Back iron, can't get the bounce. Last touched by Middle Township. 5 seconds to go. Clint Martin checking in. See if they can get it down court and get a good shot off. Middle Township, not much pressure. Here's Leiden. Leiden on the drive. Runs into traffic. Cruz to pick up. Count the basket. Right before the horn. Cruz finds the loose change. Puts it in for his 10th point of the game. And the half comes to a close. 16-15 after 1. But in the second quarter, Rumson Fairhaven outscoring Middle Township 15-4. And we have hit halftime. Rumson Fairhaven has the lead at 31-19. You're watching the NJSIAA Group 2 State Semifinals only on NJ.com. Come on back. Second half action coming up shortly on NJ.com. welcome you back to Monroe Township High School here in Monroe, New Jersey. The New Jersey Group 2 state semifinals as Rumson Fairhaven holds a 31-19 lead at the half over Middle Township. First half, team's not really doing much at the free throw line. Rumson Fairhaven only at the line 5 times. They were 2 for 5. Middle Township only 1 for 2 from the line. 3-pointers, though. That was the big part for both teams. Middle Township had 4. Rumson Fairhaven had 5. Rumson Fairhaven, they trailed early, took their first lead at 13-12 on a Zach Halpern 3-pointer. And then it was 16-15, went on a 13-0 run. And they lead by 12 at the half. So the teams will switch sides in the second half. And Middle Township in the black jerseys with the orange numerals. They will go right to left. And Rumson Fairhaven in the white jerseys, blue numerals. They will go left to right on your viewing device. Second half underway. Here's Daniel ducking in underneath with the left hand. His fourth basket. He's got 10. And a good quick start for Middle Township. On the drive, in the corner, good hands by Andrew Cavese. On the floor for Rumson, 5, Blake Almond, 23, Clint Martin, 34, Luke Cruz. Number 0, Luke Leiden. And number 1, Casey Moore. Leiden, offensive board in the lane. Sweet jumper. He's got 11. Middle Township trying to post up down low. Cruz at 6'9". Perkins, not as big. Trying to go up against him at 6'7". Work it out top. Daniel for 3. That doesn't go. Offensive board battle. Not won by the offense, but it's Cruz coming away for it. Long 3. That one off the iron. Taken by Leiden. He has 3 3-pointers in the game thus far. On the floor for Middle Township, number 4, Mason Morawski. Number 3, Adam Wabash. Number 32, Alex Daniel. Number 21, Kanye Perkins. And number 0, Chase Moore. And a foul. Long way from the basket. Not the kind of foul you want to commit, but it'll be Leiden's first. Only one player in foul trouble. Andrew Cavese has 3 fouls for Rumson. Off the inbounds. They'll work it up top. Here's Chase Moore, the senior. Not sure if he's going to play football or basketball in college. That's down the road. Pass intercepted by Cruz. Cruz, look at this dribbling for the big guy to the basket with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Offensive board and tripped up his Almond. It'll be a non-shooting foul, as that one was on Wabash. That's his third, so 2 players now in some kind of foul trouble. Deflected inbounds pass. 3 jerseys in black around Cruz, able to knock that one away. That gets the Middle Township bench fired up. Good defense. Leiden called for the foul. His second. 33-21, minute 50 into this third quarter. Perkins, setback jumper, sweet. Double digits for Perkins, he's got 10. Rumson working it into the corner. Leiden for 3, that one too strong. Daniel can't come up with it. Ball bounces around. Almond able to get the rebound in the corner. Here's Martin on the drive. Swatted away. Rebound, offensive board. That doesn't go for Cruz. Oh, 2 gimmies there. That did not fall for Rumson Fairhaven. Here's Morawski. Down low again, Perkins hit a jumper moments ago from that same spot. Double dribble possibly, and it is. Perkins looks at the official, not sure about it. The two officials are going to converse. See what they decide. They're going to say it was a missed call. So the ball stays in the hands of Middle Township. Here's Daniel, watched by Almond. On the drive, spin move, kick it out. More for three, too strong. Battle for the board and a foul. Lighten, his second. On the quick inbounds, Daniel in traffic. And again, another reach-in foul. That's their fourth foul already in the quarter. We've only played 2:45 and a timeout taken on the floor. Middle Township head coach Lamar Greer took over for Tom Farraco. 35 years at the school from 1981 to 2016. 719 wins, 3 state championships, 9 sectional championships, 21 seasons with 20 or more wins. What a career. Middle Township, even though it was a 2-hour ride, cheerleaders came out, fans have come out as well. Ten-point lead for Rumson Fairhaven. Rumson located in Monmouth County. Winners of the North Sectional title in Group 2. Middle Township. Further down south, they won the South Sectional in Group 2. So let's reset. 5:14 to go. 10-point lead for Rumson Fairhaven. And Middle Township with possession. Off the inbounds, Daniel working against Cruz. Double team comes over. Daniel, nice look to Perkins! Court awareness. It's an 8-point game. Quick hands that time by Morawski. Now the benches standing for Middle Township. First half, they were kind of subdued as they were trailing. Crowd on both sides getting into it here in Monroe, New Jersey. In the middle, strong move to the hoop, too strong. Oh, the chance was there. They go the other way. Morawski driving. And he lost it. Morawski went down. Gets a little bit of help up there from Kanye Perkins. 4:43 to go in this third quarter. Still an 8-point lead. In the middle, Cruz. He gets fouled. That'll be on Jaleel Wakefield, his first. Only the second team foul. Still plenty of time. We're not even halfway through this third quarter. Cruz for three. Back iron. Perkins battles for the rebound. Alternate possession. It'll stay the same way. Blake Almond doing a good job. Again, Dennis Rodman type, man. He sees a loose ball. He's going after it. And usually comes away with it. Forces the tie-up, keeps possession in the hands of Rumson Fairhaven. Looking to slice further into this lead. Rather extend the lead. Cruz. Martin, corner for three. Got it! Oh, big three for Leiden. his 4th of the game. And he's got 14 points. Middle Township to the basket with the left hand, can't get it to go. Cruz will pick up his 2nd foul. That'll send Perkins to the line for the first time tonight. Both teams playing hard. There will be no easy baskets. Perkins, a disruptive defender, had 13 points against Camden in the sectional final. The 6'7" junior misses a pair. Rumson Fairhaven moving quickly into the front court. Here's Leiden. Over to Martin. Man-to-man defense. Casey Moore. Over to Leiden. Long 3. Back iron. High rebound. Martin the board. Martin ducks under and fouled on the way up. Those 3-pointers tend to give high or long rebounds. But Martin doing a good job coming up with the offensive board. They lead by 11, and 2 free throws coming for the freshman. Wabash in for Morawski. Morawski scoreless. Martin on the line. One more free throw, looking for point number 4. Lead back up to 13 with just over 3.5 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. Jalea Wakefield with the ball. Backs it out. Watched by Martin. Here's Daniel. Long way from the hoop. Perkins. Down low. Let's get it to Daniel. Has a slight height advantage here. Double comes over. Kick it out. Perkins for 3. Got it! 3rd 3-pointer for Perkins. He's got 15. Quick hands by Perkins. And he'll be called for the foul as Martin came up with that loose ball. That's Perkins' first foul. 5 team fouls right now for Rumson Fairhaven. That was the 4th team foul on Middle Township. So any foul now, the remainder of the quarter, will mean free throws. Amon, thought about the 3. Gives it off to Leiden, driving, throws that one off the glass. Leiden with 16 points. Daniel down low against Amon. Cruz tries helping out. Daniel, strong move, no help defense. Daniel with 12. Lead is 10 at 40-30. Martin over to Leiden. He's at the hot hand. Nice feed! Back door. Amon, his first points of the game. Under 2 to go. Daniel with some room. Working to the basket. Step back. Counted and a foul. Third foul on Cruz. So a little bit of foul trouble now for the big man for Rumson Fairhaven. Daniel 1 for 2 from the line. He's got 15. Crowd getting into it on both sides. Pressure in the backcourt by Middle Township. Rumson Fairhaven able to break it. In the corner, Cavise comes up with the ball, gets it out to Halpern. Amon backing in, turnaround right hand shot doesn't go. Loose ball, Martin can't come up with it, but Amon does. Another possession for Rumson Fairhaven. In the corner. Got to get away from that corner. Martin does smartly. Gets it back to Ahmed. Nice feed down low. Halper with the left hand. Oh, it wouldn't go. Perkins got over there. Maybe altered the shot just a bit. May have even gotten a piece. On the alley-oop, Perkins can't connect. It was there. He had one in the first half, but that one wouldn't go. Loose ball and a turnover. It'll be a blocking foul. Ball went up in the air. The Middle Township player went to get it. And the foul is called. Officials going to talk this one over again. I like when the officials discuss things, make sure everything's okay. That'll be the third foul on Leiden, and they are over the limit now in team fouls with 1:02 to go. A 9-point game. And Middle Township looking to slice into that deficit right now with 2 free throws. And the first one is good. Wabash. Every coach will tell you, you just want to play for something in the fourth quarter. Keep it close. They have done so. Down to an 8-point lead. They can cut it to 7 with the second free throw from Wabash. Pressure in the backcourt, having to beat the press. Casey Moore will bring it across midcourt. Middle Township bench on their feet, chanting defense. Here's Leiden, 16 points in the game. Halpern. Leiden, long three. You gotta be kidding me. His 5th three-pointer. That's big. Lead back up to 10. Down to 20 seconds to go. Middle Township will look for one. Jaleo Wakefield, the 6-foot junior. Watched by Leiden. On the drive. Leaning in. A lot of traffic. That shot blocked. Moore with the attempt. Down to 4 seconds to go. Cruz. Stop. Pull up 3. Won't go. At the horn. It was 31-19 at the half. Middle Township outscoring Rumson Fairhaven 16-14 in the third quarter. We head to the fourth. It's a 10-point game. 45-35. Rumson Fairhaven in front after 3. You're watching the NJSIAA Group 2 State Semifinals only on NJ.com. We head to the fourth, 10-point lead for Rumson Fairhaven as they look to advance to the state final against the winner of Ramsey and Lyndhurst. Fans, did you know that subscribers of NJ.com have access to download free high-resolution photos for personal use? Subscribe today. Visit NJ.com/HSSports to see photo galleries from today's games. Man, this has been a good one. These two teams, they are battling. They're not battling, they're battling. It's been one of those games. 3-point shooting has been big. Luke Leiden on fire. 19 points, 5 3-pointers for Rumson. Kanye Perkins, 15 points, 3 3-pointers for Middle Township. 10 minutes to go in this one. Middle Township starts off with possession to start the fourth. Here we go. Chase Moore, he's scoreless thus far today. Get it down to Daniel, being leaned on by Almond. Daniel, strong move with the left hand, fouled on the way up. Blake Almond, his third personal. And if you're Middle Township, they'll be glad to get to the foul line, try to get points on the board with the clock not running. Perfect scenario for them as they trail by 10. Make it 9. Back to an 8-point game. 17 for Daniel. Quickly into the front court. Rumson Fairhaven. Get it in the hands of Casey Moore. He's got 5 points. Looking for space going up against Kanye Perkins. Perkins all over him. And that'll be a foul. Boy, tough foul to be called right there on Chase Moore. His second foul. So Rumson Fairhaven with possession. Middle Township goes man-to-man. Nice move down the lane. Maybe force that pass in, trying to get it to Cruz. As you'd expect, the Middle Township fans are saying it went off white, but the guys in the stripes, they decide otherwise. Just 45 seconds into this fourth quarter. Turnover on the inbounds. Daniel gets it down court. Wabash, pump fake, hands it off. Perkins in traffic. Has to get it out to Chase Moore. Wabash might have had the chance to take that up right away. Didn't do so. So they'll reset the offense with Chase Moore. Get it over to Perkins. Watched by Cruz. Gives up the dribble at the foul line. Over to Wakefield. Wakefield wants to get it down to Daniel. Daniel weaving his way into the lane. Ducks under. Goes up and is fouled. And again, we'll head to the line. That'll be 4 on Blake Almond. So he is in severe foul trouble. Only player with 4. Free throws 6 and 7 upcoming for Alex Daniel. Five for 6 from the line. Nice shooting stroke. Well, they've knocked it down to 6. Pressure in the backcourt. Double dribble. Casey Martin. And again, if you look at the benches, Middle Township clapping, up, excited. Not as much enthusiasm by Rumson Fairhaven, even though they still lead by 6. Middle Township. Daniel. He wants to go one-on-one. Spin move in the lane. Count it! And the foul! Daniel wants the ball down low. He's been working hard, and that will be foul number 5 on Blake Almond. And he is fouled out of the game with 2 points. Doing his best to try to contain the monster 6'2", 240 Alex Daniel down low. And Middle Township a chance to cut it to 3. Look at Daniel, the leadership, calling the whole team over. As there's discussions right now, George Sorless, the head coach of Rumson Fairhaven, not happy with that foul call on Ahmed, as that was his 5th. So So Andrew Kavis will come into the game. Middle Township has scored the first 6 points of the fourth quarter. Make it 7. 22 for Alex Daniel. Pressure in the backcourt by Middle Township. Rumson Fairhaven able to break it. Into the corner, Lyon. He's been the big shooter. 19 points, 5 3-pointers. 6:15 to go. Here's Cruz. He's got 10 points tonight. He looks to go one-on-one on Perkins. Spin move in the lane, gets Perkins up. Jumper is short, but he will go to the line. Second foul on Perkins, and boy, he's played some good defense, only to pick up 2 thus far in the game. So Cruz to the line. He's 2 for 3 with 10 points. Hits the first. Halpern in for Kavis. No, check that. It'll be Martin. Again, they've been running that substitution in and out through most of the game. Kavis immediately went over to the sidelines first. He thought he was being taken out. Cruz with the second free throw is good. He's got 12. Lead back up to 5 at 47-42. Wakefield. Wabash thought about the 3. Kick it on out. Wakefield for 3. Too strong. Battle for the board. Kavis comes up with it. He's just throwing his arms out, and they're going to get a foul. I believe it'll be on Wabash, and that will be his 4th foul. Wabash with 5 points. He has played hard today. Wabash, kind of a glue guy, second-year varsity player, a program guy, started out as a freshman, worked his way on to the JV, and now the varsity in his second year. On the pressure, able to dribble through it is Casey Moore. Here's Cruz, pull up in the lane. Short jumper, he's got 14. He scored the last 4 points for Rumson Fairhaven. For 3, got it! Chase Moore, his first points of the game at a timeout. As we're at 49-45 with 5.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter of this Group 2 sectional final. State final with the winner taking on Ramsey or Lyndhurst. Don't forget, NJ.com is your home for live streaming of the NJSIAA Boys and Girls Basketball State Finals. Follow the action all week and at Jersey Mike's Arena on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's only on NJ.com. So a 4-point game. This has been a good one. Does Middle Township have it in them to battle back? They trailed at 1 point by 14. 29-15. But they've kind of just kept pecking away, and now they trail by 4. Look at the scoring leaders. Kanye Perkins with 15, but Alex Daniel with 22 for Middle Township. On the other side, it's been Luke Leiden. He's got 19. Luke Cruz has 14 as well. Inbounding to the left is Rumson Fairhaven. Soft pressure being put on. Able to break the press with Clint Martin. Double team comes over. Gets himself in a bit of a bind. Able to find Cruz. Cruz wants to take it to the basket. Dribbles it. Loses it. Picked up by Wakefield. Wakefield with speed to the basket. Swatted away by Cruz. Boy, Cruz worked hard to get back. Running the court. Swatting that attempt away, but foul by Casey Moore. And that'll be Moore's 4th personal. They'll say it's a non-shooting foul on the floor. So Moore checks out with those 4 fouls. Trying to work his way to the hoop. Daniel, swing pass. Perkins steps out for 3, short. Battle for the loose ball on the floor. Who's going to come up with it? Kavis battling Daniel. Alternate possession. It goes to Rumson Fairhaven. Middle Township hasn't led in this game since 12-10, trailed by as many as 14. In the corner, setting for 3, got it! Andrew Kavis, his first points of the game. Perkins answers back. This one's going to come down to the wire. You can just sense it. Neither one of these teams giving an inch. Here's Cruz working on Perkins. Gives up the dribble. Kavis, who just hit the 3, will push it back out. Motion offense right now. Here's Leiden. He hands it off. Martin, double team comes over. Another double team, finding Cruz in the corner. Nice bounce pass down low, off the glass. Casey Moore. He's got 7. The lead is 7 at 54-47. Daniel took his eye off the ball, was pressured, and now loses it. Cruz to the hoop. And a foul. It'll be a blocking foul. Chase Moore called for the foul. That's his 3rd. And Cruz to the line. 4 for 5 from the line tonight. Halpern in for Casey Moore. Both free throws good by Cruz. He's got 16. Officials want to just wipe up the floor there as player went down on that blocking foul. 3:44 to go, 56-47, 9-point lead for Rumson Fairhaven. Lyndhurst and Ramsey, the winner of that will play the winner of this for the state title. George Sorless for Rumson said he had somebody watching that game. In the corner. Got to back out from there. Here's Daniel. Strong move to the basket. Daniel with 24 points. .3:15 to go. Cruz, spin move, in the lane, short pull-up jumper. Sweet. Still plenty of time as we hit 3 minutes to go. Alley-oop, Perkins can't get him down with it. They get the offensive board, kick it out for 3. Wabash, that doesn't go. Cruz with the rebound. Too high, Perkins comes up with it. Near side, Borowski sets for 3. Won't go, Cruz the rebound, and a foul. Oh, a couple of good looks that time for Middle Township, but couldn't get it to drop. And that is the 5th foul for Adam Wabash, and he will foul out of the game with 5 points. So they will have to replace him with 2:41 to go, 58-49. Rumson Fairhaven with a 9-point lead. Speaking to George Sorless about this team, he said he's great to be back at his alma mater. The team's dealt with adversity and injuries, but the kids kept the task at hand. They played a tough schedule, maybe the toughest division in the Shore Conference. And here they are right now, 2:41 away from advancing to the state final. One of two. 10-point lead, 2:38 to go. Perkins has been the guy shooting the threes. And a travel. If you're looking for guys that can shoot long distance from Middle Township, don't have to go there yet, but with 2:30 to go, they're going to need buckets and points and need it quickly. Both teams will be over the limit. And free throws upcoming on any foul right now. Oh, that looked like he shuffled his feet. No call. See if they try to take some air out of the ball. Run clock here. Wakefield with the steal. Left hand. Oh, spun out. Oh, Wakefield. Rather, Chase Moore, I apologize, was 0. Oh, that was crazy. It was halfway down. Then the officials notice a wet spot on the floor. You can actually see that from where we're situated. In the top of the bleachers, across from the benches and scorers table. As we are here at Monroe Township High School, I'm Hal Sess. Josh Drebsky's our videographer and producer. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of the NJSIAA Group 2 State Semifinals only on NJ.com. Everybody catching their breath with 2:13 to go, 10-point game. It'll be Casey Moore on the foul line. Can't get the first to fall. He'll get one more. Michael Farrow checking in for Jaleo Wakefield. Second time we've seen Farrow in the game today. Moore can't connect on either free throw, and it's Morawski with the board. In the corner, it's Farrow working around, setting for three. Chase Moore can't get it to go, and the rebound by Rumson Fairhaven. They turn it over to the basket and to the line once again. Will go Middle Township. That foul on Luke Leiden, his fourth foul. Can't get the first free throw to go. Chase Moore came in averaging 12 points a game, has a three-pointer, and that is it. That three-pointer here in the fourth quarter. So he was scoreless through the first three. Hits one of two. The lead is 9 at 59-50. Here's a Cruz to the basket. Oh, the pressure defense. They looked away. Cruz down low. He's got 21. Long jumper. That doesn't go. Daniel, the offensive rebound. Coming in on Cruz with the left hand. Oh, Daniel's been good. He's got 26 and a timeout with 1:34 remaining in a 61-52 ball game. Middle Township trying to battle their way back. Talking to Coach Greer about his season, he said it's been a hard season. They always make their schedule tough. They want to play good, tough competition and prepare these kids for college ball. And you can see they've got plenty of good players here. Where they go in the future remains to be seen right now. The only thing they're looking at is who is going to advance to the Group 2 state final. 61-52 the score. Both teams in the bonus. They will shoot free throws on any foul. Luke Cruz, 21 points, leading Rumson Fairhaven. Luke Leiden, he's got 19. Alex Daniel, 26. Kanye Perkins, he's got 17. They will put pressure on in the backcourt. It'll be Casey Moore triggering the inbounds. Here's Martin dribbling out of trouble. Get it down court. Cavese right hand off the glass. How to put the pressure on. Now they're going to need threes. Long 3-4. Farrow, that doesn't go. Bounces around. Cruz with another rebound. 1:15 to go into the front court. Leiden. See if they just start fouling. They've got to try to get the ball away. Somebody eventually gets open. Down low. It's Cruz with the bank shot. He's got 23. Daniel driving. Can't go. Farrow the rebound. But the putback doesn't fall, but he'll go to the line. Farrow, the junior, comes off the bench. Averaging 6 points, scoreless today. He'll shoot 2 as we're under a minute to go with 56.2 remaining. Every shot, every point, so crucial. Trailing now by 13. They cut it down to 4 at 49-45, but a three-pointer opened up that lead, and that was really a big basket. Farrow hits 1 of 2. On the inbounds, a foul. See who they call that on. Morawski. And that will send Martin to the line. He's got 4 points, 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Now the bench for Rumson Fairhaven. They can sense it. Martin with 6. Driving is Chase Moore. Nice move. Kick it out. Perkins for 3. Too strong. Weak side rebound taken by Moore. He'll set for 3. That one back iron. Cruz yet again another rebound. Martin to the basket. Hesitated and was fouled by Daniel on the way up. So it'll be Martin to the foul line. The fans on the far side of Rumson Fairhaven on their feet. Just 35 seconds away from celebrating. Martin now with 7 points. As they empty the bench, Rumson Fairhaven, number 33, Travis Moore, number 22, Ben Padula, number 10, Michael Rangetti, number 11, Trey McCormick, and on the whistle, J.P. Quirk, number 4, waiting to check in. If Martin can knock down this free throw, looking for point number 8, and he gets it. And the officials let all the substitutions come in as Quirk comes in. Hey, these guys, they're the bench players. They're the role players. They're going to be on the court to celebrate in 30 seconds. Middle Village with the ball, trailing by 16. Have it knocked away. Here comes Quirk, just off the bench, picks up a bucket. And a timeout. As they want to make, not a timeout by a team, it's an official timeout as they're able to make another substitution. Who did that? Brendan Dermer, number 31, he checks in. So a nice move by George Sorless, getting them in for the final 15 seconds. They call that a 2. For Morawski. 71-55 is your final. Rumson Fairhaven, Coach George Sorless, in his first year in his alma mater, coaching where he played ball back, graduating in 1981. He has brought Rumson Fairhaven, the Bulldogs, to the state championship game. In Group 2, where they will play the winner of Ramsey and Lyndhurst. That opponent to be determined. So the teams shaking hands at midcourt. What a game. Middle Township got off to an early lead. They led at 12-10, and then Zach Halpern hit a three-pointer. That gave Rumson Fairhaven their first lead at 13-12. They never looked back, led by as many as 14. And Middle Township battled hard, got it down to 4 at 49-45, but could not get any closer. Recap of the scoring in this one. First for Middle Township, Chase Moore had 4, Adam Wabash had 5, Mason Morawski 2, Kanye Perkins had 17, Michael Farrow had 1, and Alex Daniel had 26. On the other side, for the victors, Rumson Fairhaven, the Bulldogs, they were led by Luke Cruz with 23. Luke Leiden, he lit it up, 5 3-pointers, 19 points. Casey Moore had 7, Andrew Cavese 5, J.P. Quirk 2, Blake Almond had 2, Clint Martin had 8, Zach Halpern had 5 points. So it's a 71-55 victory for Rumson Fairhaven, as they will advance to the Group 2 state final with the defeat. Middle Township, the Panthers, end their season with a record of 18-12. With the victory, Rumson Fairhaven, they're now 21-8. One game away from the Group 2 state championship. They will take on the winner, as we mentioned, of Lyndhurst and Ramsey for the championship. So that's going to wrap things up here from Monroe Township High School in Monroe, New Jersey. Once again, the final score in this one. The Rumson Fairhaven Bulldogs with the victory, 71-55 over the Middle Township Panthers. For my producer and videographer, Josh Drebsky, my name's Hal Sass. Thanks so much for watching. You've been watching the NJSIAA Group 2 State Finals, and you watch it only on NJ.com. Have a good night, everybody.